Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days. Welcome to this week's Smackdown live review. Of course, I love the show. You don't even need me to tell you that I love the show. I'm a big James Ellsworth fan, and the reason that I'm a big James Ellsworth fan is because I do enjoy when those kind of quirky things break on the internet, break through. Things like Mitch the Plant earlier in the year. Was all over Twitter, and I find those funny. Yeah, I get on board with those kinds of things, and when James Ellsworth kind of appeared and fought Braun Strowman, and he's obviously got a very distinctive look about him. The internet really took to him, and I really enjoyed it. And it was amazing. 4 weeks ago, when they used him as the mystery partner in that tag match. Not that he made it to the ring, but he was meant to be AJ Styles' tag partner. Just fantastic that they gave him that opportunity. Because here's a guy who just wants to be a wrestler, and he's got his own promotion that he's been running since, I think it was 2009. And yeah, his life is wrestling. So it's not as though they've just got someone out of the crowd. This is a guy that slaved away and wrestles loads. I've done a whole video on him, so I'll put a link to that in the description below. But I respect James Ellsworth, even though he's not the best wrestler, and he is just enhancement talent at this stage. I mean, he probably will be forever, of course. Although saying that, next week he's got a world championship match. He will be fighting for the WWE title on next week's Smackdown. Now, as pleased as I was with the segment, as happy as I was, and I was. Again, I've got reaction videos as well. You can watch those. I was really, really pleased because I think it's something different. It's something that we don't normally see. I can't remember an enhancement talent getting a shot at the WWE title. I can't remember that at all. And I just really like how they used James Ellsworth as well. This is all to kind of further the AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose storyline. And now you've just got this interesting dynamic in there, this kind of new character that's been introduced. I think they did a brilliant job. It wasn't a perfect segment, right? It was too long, and James Ellsworth was overacting. It was entertainment. It was for the family. I get it, but they've got to be very careful because very, very easily, very, very quickly, James Ellsworth can stop being flavour of the month. And that's not happened yet. I mean, people are still on board, but I don't know. It's not going to sit well with a lot of people, him getting a title match. And he could win because Ambrose could play a part in that. And it'd be easier for Ambrose to get the title off James Ellsworth than it would to have to go through AJ Styles' shenanigans. So, yeah, I don't want them to put the belt on Ellsworth, which might surprise a few of you out there, but even I've got a line, so I don't want the belt on him, but I think what they did this week was great. I really enjoyed it. It was just, for me, a bit too long. I'm looking forward to next week, and that's what the show should be doing. We are quite a long way from Survivor Series, so they kind of needed a filler show, and that very much was what Smackdown Live was this week. No Curt Hawkins as well. I absolutely loved that. Didn't he promise that he would be having a match on this show? So that was very bizarre, but in a really great way, because I hate that character. And I do get a lot of people going, why do you hate Curt Hawkins? What? I don't understand. And I don't hate Curt Hawkins. I'm sure he's a really nice guy, and I haven't got a problem with him. It's the gimmick. It's his character. It's what he's been asked to do. those horrible recycled facts. And, you know, honestly, one of the most painful things I saw was his segment at No Mercy, because it just didn't lead anywhere. It was very flat. I didn't find it funny or entertaining. There was nothing that I could take away from it, and so that is why I don't like the Curt Hawkins character. I was thinking as well, why didn't they change his name? Why didn't they call him something like Chuck Morris or something like that? You know, like, because all those quotes are about Chuck Norris, so you might as well just play on it a little bit. Dunno. Miz and Maurice came out mourning the Intercontinental title. It was a nice segment. I'm really into this kind of feud. I don't really want it to keep going on that much longer, but I think there's still a little bit left in it. But they came out looking like the Men in Black. It was wonderful. Spirit Squad come out, and then we get a handicap match. Ziggler finds a way, a super kick, and picks up the victory. The only other thing I wanted to just mention is about Slater and Rhino. They came down to help Ziggler because he was getting beaten up by Miz and the Spirit Squad. I'm just wondering if that's building towards some kind of Survivor Series match. Team Miz versus Team Ziggler. Miz and the Spirit Squad and one other person against Ziggler, Rhino, Heath Slater, and one other person. And then we get Naomi defeating Carmella. So Naomi really on a roll at the moment, which is nice to see, because I do like her gimmick, her character. And the match was alright. I always enjoy watching Carmella, certainly since she's come up onto the main roster. I think she does some good stuff. Jimmy Uso defeated Chad Gable. It was a little bit screwy, but this has gone flat, hasn't it? Like American Alpha were meant to be like this big thing, and they've kind of been moved to the sidelines. I mean, James Ellsworth's getting a lot more exposure and higher profile matches than what American Alpha are, and I don't know, perhaps they're playing the long game, and it's fine if they are, but they certainly deserve to be booked better than they have so far. And then we got the main event, which was the Wyatts defeating Kane and Randy Orton. It was all very screwy with lights going off, and it's great to have Luke Harper back, but this shouldn't have been the main event, and I'm just not into it. I don't know what they can do now to make me care about Bray Wyatt, other than bring in Sister Abigail or do something more with Sister Abigail. But yeah, this wasn't main event quality at all. And then obviously talking smack, as we said, James Ellsworth is going to have a title shot next week. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I can't wait just to see what they do. And Daniel Bryan's pushing for 3 Survivor Series matches. And he looked like he'd just come off the golf course as well. Did you see him when he came out during the Ellsworth Styles Ambrose bit? It looked like a very light pink to me, which is absolutely fine, but I'm just saying it's not an attire that I'm used to seeing Daniel Bryan wear. So yes, they're pushing for 3 traditional Survivor Series matches: the men, the women, and tag teams. Smackdown Live versus Raw, which yeah, sounds awesome. I'd be on board with that. So yeah, I think Survivor Series will be good. I think the show was filler. Certainly a lot of the matches, for me, wide of the mark. I did enjoy what they did with Ellsworth. I don't want him to win the title next week. As I say, even I've got a line, which I wouldn't want to see him achieve that. But it's just interesting to see how they're using him. And yeah, it's good. It's different and good opener. No Curt Hawkins. Everyone's a winner. Awesome. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Give the video a like if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And hopefully I'll see you again next time.